Female genital mutilation, commonly known as FGM, is a violation of human rights. Every girl and woman has the right to be protected from this harmful practice, a manifestation of entrenched gender inequalities with devastating effects. In Kenya alone, 4 million girls and women have undergone the practice. Overall, 21% of girls and women aged 15 to 49 years in Kenya have been subjected to the practice. While nearly all people in Kenya think FGM should stop, the opposition is most common among ethnic groups that do not practice FGM. The risk of FGM depends on certain background characteristics. Girls and women from rural areas living in poor households with less education or who identify as Muslim are at a greater risk. The practice is highly concentrated in the northeastern region and in certain ethnic groups. FGM is less common today than in previous generations. This progress has been achieved over the last 3 decades. Most FGM is performed by traditional practitioners, except in the Kisii community, where health personnel are responsible for 2 in 3 instances of FGM. Removing flesh is the most common form of the practice in the country. Kenya's progress towards abandoning FGM is strong compared to other countries in the Eastern and Southern Africa. Nonetheless, eliminating FGM by 2030 across the country requires additional effort, and here is the story of Mary Oloiperuni, who is fighting FGM and protecting her daughters against the practice. Mary Oloiperuni's childhood came to an abrupt end when she was 13 years old. Now, at 30, she recalls that painful day as she sits in her homestead in Lebo village, Kajiado County, surrounded by her 5 children. The day did not come as a surprise. She knew about it. Her mother had told her that she would undergo the old age tradition of circumcision along her brothers. So when they came for her at morning at 6, she was ready, or so she thought. She remembers the blood, so much blood, as they cut her. Then the pain, it was too much. She squints her face as she tells the story, as if she can still feel that pain 17 years later.
Iliuma sana. Mpaka mbuzi zikatoka zikarudi jioni, bado nilikuwa naumwa.
The elders told her that she was now a woman, and somehow she felt a sense of pride without fully understanding what that meant. Soon afterward, she was pregnant, and it wasn't long before she dropped out of school. The Maasai community, where Mary comes from, are known for their beautiful traditional regalia and rich culture. But behind the beauty is the ugly practice of female genital mutilation, FGM, that is performed by 78% of the community. Communities such as the Maasai, Somali, Kisii, and Samburu bear the brunt of this violation that was declared illegal in 2011 Prohibition of FGM Act. Nonetheless, FGM is still practiced in secret, violating the rights of thousands of girls and women. In northeastern Kenya, the Somali community has the highest prevalence of FGM. A shocking 94% perform this violation, and 5% of women and 6% of men believe that it is required by their religion. Sheikh Hussein Mahad, a local religious leader, denounces this belief and insists that FGM actually goes against his faith. When you critically look at the religious evidence, you find that circumcision is for the male child. Islam is a religion of mercy, but FGM is merciless to the girl child and therefore negates our belief. It is harmful and unnecessary evil. Sheikh Hussein regularly preaches his firm beliefs about FGM to his community, hoping to bring about much needed protection for the girl child. He has partnered with UNICEF to engage in community dialogue to end this practice, and though progress is slow, he is seeing a change in attitudes. In the beginning, no one would listen, but now they are more receptive. For Mary in Kajiado County, she is committed to be that change, especially for her 4 girls. Even though most of her community still practices FGM, she and her husband have agreed to protect their daughters and keep them in school. Because of this decision, she has received a lot of backlash from her neighbors who think she's going against their traditions.
I tell them it doesn't matter if I am the first and only one who stands against FGM. I will still stand. You can join me or not, but I am not going to circumcise my girls.
Her eldest daughter, Nasei, is 15 years old and goes to Lebo Primary School. One day she would like to be a pilot. Many girls in her school have undergone FGM and they often ridicule her, saying that she's not a woman, but she carries a mother's determined spirit to stand for what she believes in.
I don't want to be circumcised because it can affect my health. Wasichana wengi wamepata mimba na wakatoka shule, na mimi sitaki hivyo for myself.
Mary insists that she wants her children to live a life without limitations in their pursuit for education. She believes that if her daughters are protected and educated, they can achieve anything.
Nataka kuona wasichana wangu wakiendelea na masomo yao. Kama huyo anataka kuwa pilot, mwingine akuwe daktari, wafanye kazi kwa ofisi kubwa kubwa. Nataka tu niwapatie hiyo nafasi.